Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
it's Chalo and Vic again. So, the Mulamwa story we believe warrants a bit more. So we're going to discuss a bit more. But first, let's hear his side of the story to the fullest. We don't want him to read Sony, whatever her name is.
Yo ni aje konki hapa manze, si wanaume huonekana wabaya sana kwa hizi mambo za relationship because we don't speak manze. Huwa tunanyamaza kuprotect watu tunapenda and and things that we care about. Lakini sasa inafikanga mahali bana kwa sababu tunaonekana wabaya sana. People keep talking, your other spouse bana anaendelea kuongea inakaa vibaya sana. So inafika mahali inabidi mwanaume ajiongee, unaona? Saizi kila mahali ni karosoni, mulamwa, break up, nini, and people don't know what really happened. Huyo Kayla mnaona saizi, mnaona kibeba bwebo mapicha anapigwa. Mnajua mama yake alikuwa amemtoa kweli. Do you know that at 3 months alikuwa shameza pills, mtoini kutoka anatoka. Mimi nimegundua too late that she was doing that, unaona? Nimeenda hospitali, nimetumia mapesa sijui ngapi kusustain hiyo pregnancy to term, unaona? So usifikiri at decisions watu ufikia tu rahisi and we keep quiet to protect quite a lot, but sasa zile mtu anaendelea kuongea, anaendelea kuharibu, pia sisi inabidi tu at least tujiongelee pia, unaona, because pia sisi tuna undergo the same pressure or even worse, unaona? So kama msichana mpaka amepelekwa kuwekewa inaitwa nini, kuwekewa family planning na chali mwingine, unaona, ule daktari amemwekea ndiye anakupigia anakuambia demu yako amekuwa hapa na chali fulani kuwekewa family planning. Amekuwa hapa, huyo daktari ni mfano wako anakuambia. So don't just think that vitu zina happen ku happen. Kuna reason ya kila kitu. And if we decide to speak, then ndio niwaambie maisha ya watu taharibika sana huko hivi nje. So story ni mingi. Kama mnataka story tutawapigia hata 4 hours. Juu sasa things are getting overboard. Tunajaribu kunyamaza, tunajaribu kutoa watu kwa internet watulie, wasikie. Unaona? Utulie tu ufanye kazi yako usikie. Wewe umeamkia ma radio, umeamkia ma interviews, inakuwa ni stress sana. So there is a lot but you tend to keep quiet kunyamazisha hiyo story yote. There is a lot to this. So don't be quick to judge. Hata kwa shua mtoini wa nani, unaona? So anyways, fine.
Okay, yeah, he's a mbuyu. If you've been going through all
that's deep, man.
Pole. But I have 2 questions. Number 1, for someone akuwe hivyo, you must have seen signs before.
Yeah, it did not. I could. Your tabia could manifest out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
So it's either my nigga uli fall in love tu na dem, na ulikuwa umeona kuna mahali mnaweza fika na yeye, but the chick wasn't there yet. That's from what you've said. Hiyo ndo kitu mimi naweza ascertain. It seems as though you were ready for something, but she thought as though she could play the field a little more. From everything you said, from story ya Mkidi to story ya she's taken to the Hosi by another guy, sounds like this is just a chick who wasn't ready to be on the level yenye wewe uko to take the steps you want to take.
To be clear, pia tunasema the level we're talking about is be a wife.
Yep.
Yeah. Juu kwa ataka hiyo.
Juu kama unasema ati dem alikuwa anataka kutoa ball ya 3 months. Now you spend a lot of money to sustain it still. Sounds like wewe uko ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Ni venye tu you chose the wrong person to do that. Does that have only to do with how she looked? Maybe.
Could be. Very likely.
Very likely. You, my nigga, for you to decide to wife someone like that. Juu hata zile video mlikuwa mnatokea mbuyu venye umeenda Hosi kuna Mkidi, that was some husband wife shit. Unacheki.
Yeah.
Na wewe inakanda ulinstigate kitu and you thought that's where she was at. Juu ukisema there's a lot of shit yenye ulikuwa umejiwekea 2-4 hours worth of stories. Sounds like you are willing to sacrifice a lot to make the relationship work.
And this makes us go into another topic whereby, number 1, what kind of a wife should a guy pick? Hiyo ni kitu very important. And number 2, just from what umetaja sasa hivi, how much should you put up in a relationship before you say and know
that's a very
that
good,
this thing is
point.
Really not going anywhere?
That is a very good point.
There is a concept in business that is called sunk costs. You can invest in something and you're not seeing returns. And then you say, well, okay, obviously you're not just going to throw something off the bat just because of one failure. So you try again. You look for more capital and invest in it.
Sink it.
Okay, so this is the second time, no returns. And then you're thinking, I've already invested the first time, the initial capital. Then there was the first reinvestment. I can just throw it away. Let me look for some more money and reinvest. Maybe it will work out later. You do it a third time, nothing. You get no returns. You're just getting losses. That in business we're told to consider that at sunk costs, yani kitu imezama, and forget about it and assess it based on that. Where you are now, you're on the third try now of reinvesting back into the business, and you're like, I have not received returns for 3 cycles. This thing is not going anywhere. It should go. Forget about it.
And you know, that's a very good point you said, Vic. Jew, whenever we look at relationships, especially relationships like this, and this I think this is something that predominantly affects guys. Jew, Mulamwa is a guy with money. Sindio? He's a guy who can, if he had wanted, angeacha tu yo dem, aende atafute dem mwingine, he shows her the good life and he starts all over again. But venye tu umesema hiyo sunk cost. Inaka, this nigga got so emotionally invested.
He invested,
and attached to this. Adi akaona, now this is where we fuck up. Adi akaona, okay, we've been through all this together.
I can't just
suffering.
I can't just throw.
Na hapa ndo si ublanda kwanza majamaa. Adi wewe mwenyewe unaanza kuona this will be like proof that since we've survived all this, we are meant to be. What else can we go through? We have survived all this shit.
But
lakini sasa issue ni if you don't see, when you umesema, if you don't see a way or a light at the end of this tunnel,
if you're not seeing any positive returns,
no positive, by this we mean especially in a relationship, if you don't see any changes she's making,
if you're not getting the peace that you desire out of this marriage,
if you're still arguing about the same shit over and over,
especially if it's something that you've already addressed, then those are the kind of returns we're saying. You just recognize that this business venture is not going anywhere.
Imeisha. Na kwanza Mulamwa, najua ile problem kwanza si majamaa kwa nayo, and we don't like to equate this emotions zetu. They play a big part as well. Na as much as you upenda kusema si ni majamaa takangi story mob, we also get emotional about this shit
a lot,
especially mali umesikia tuseme kama Mulamwa kuna mkidi na from what we've seen Mulamwa was ready juu ya yeye kusank more money into this venture that is already dying. Nigga alisink more money. So the lady, from what you are doing, my nigga, the lady mwenyewe aliona, I still have this nigga wrapped around my finger. As much as he's posting other bitches, jamaa ndo huyo amekimbia hapa, venye mtoto amezaliwa showering me with money.
And every woman knows, once you have somebody's baby, it doesn't matter where he went. Doesn't matter. So now that's the second point of how much should you take? When should you recognize that this thing isn't going anywhere? Now back to the first thing. When do you know, or how do you know that a woman is the right kind of woman to marry? So what Mulamwa is saying, and now here we have to be quite critical. And bear in mind, guys, to critique is to analyze. It is not what people think. To criticize is wrong. Okay? To critique is not to criticize. So critiquing Mulamwa, from what we can see from the outside, there is no way huyu mwanamke woke up and then decided to be this demon. Let's assume we don't know the timeline. We don't know the timeline of events, whether the whole whether this thing with the contraceptives happened before or it's an after thing. Let's say it was before.
We don't even know if they talked about it.
We don't even know if they talked
about it. They were on the same page.
Based on what we are seeing, based on what Mulamwa says that this woman has done to him and is doing, and based on her behavior, there is no way there were no signs. There is something that people like to avoid. They do not like to. They don't want to open their eyes and recognize that I have a responsibility to bear, and that I could have seen the signs. Okay.
And that he has a part to play.
You have a role to play
in the outcome.
Because you chose this.
You chose it.
Here's the thing, guys, if you're being honest. Wanaume tutaona dem ni msupu and you just go with it. She's pretty. I like
and her. You will put up with a lot of shit.
You put up with a lot of shit
because of that finance.
Speaking as guys who've been there.
You'll put up with a lot of shit. Okay? You will find yourself you are simping like a mother.
But you're like, she's so nice.
Yeah, we've been
she's
through so much.
But you see the niceness, the whatever it is, it's really concerned. It's really connected to maybe beauty, maybe connected to the sex.
Me, I would wager a question for Mulamwa. My nigga Mulamwa, if you did not have the money, would she be there?
That's always a great question.
If you didn't have the money.
If the answer to that is no, then you don't have
a
wife.
You just there's one thing I think as Africans, we as African men, we don't like to equate, and it's something that has come to our continent as well. When it comes to conception and child rearing, the woman has 100% rights to decide if a kid will be brought into this world or not. That is the only advantage they have over men. And they are the only ones who have that advantage. Men don't have an advantage like that. It. So, my nigga, let's talk to all the men. Juidi kitu yote affect salt. If you are with a chick, sawa. Naseme uko kama Mulamwa, umejipanga, uko ka 35, hapo ka 40. You got your own things that are going on, and you really want to settle down. Lazima utafute dem mwenye ata understand mindset yako iko wapi. Sawa.
Yeah.
Sijui kuendea dem ati ni msupu na dem bado she wants to live the life, my nigga. She still wants to go out akaonyeshe wasee sijui ka mini skirt majamaa wamrushie mama looks checking her out.
You're making a great point, and that's a thing that when it happens to guys, I've taught myself to be hard. Tell yourself, Miss Koneiruma. At the end of the day, men have to stop looking for wives or significant others purely based on beauty.
Facts.
You and I, men,
Facts.
we know we want women to
Facts.
be beautiful.
Yes.
But that cannot be the number one factor that you're looking for.
Especially for you millennials.
Yeah.
Tunazeeka mazee. Tunazeeka.
This is a topic for another day, but any beautiful woman will have a lot of suitors. People will be dying to give her the world.
Yep. And
so there's nothing that she hasn't
a nigga
seen
promising better
or she hasn't had. All right,
and you can't even blame them.
Yeah, you can't blame.
You can't blame a woman.
You know, it's a nigga thing. It messes up with your head.
Yes.
If you're raised up and everyone likes you, everyone wants to give you things, then that's how your mind, it rewires your brain. That's how you start thinking. So you expect these guys to do this. So it's very normal for a woman to expect you to do more. So then now the question becomes, will you get a woman who has the right qualities for a wife? Especially when she's like that. Chances are no. So here's a lesson from what Mulamwa has gone through, Mate. And I feel for him, and I hope
I feel for you, my nigga.
The next person he looks for,
more than you
angalie carefully. Because we've been through this. Not in exactly to the same degree, but we're on the same spectrum. We've been through what you've been through. So the point is, men, it's important to look for wives and not girls who want to party and have fun.
Now, if you are looking for a wife, how about you look for her in the right place? Going sijui to your besties ati Keja akona bash. People wanaanza kutoa kapo na unaona dem anataka better than everyone else.
Yeah, and you see that's what you're going to get for it. You know, people never want to acknowledge this, and they want to hear it, and we'll probably get backlash for it.
It's a fact.
But you are not going to get a wife at a club. You're not going to get a wife from the woman who won a twerking contest.
You're not the woman who's the most showy. Yo, ladies, if I understand you'll call us we are misogynists, but facts are facts. Yeah. The way you dress says a lot about you. Just the same way. For men and for women.
And if women start coming hating on this, if you dress poorly and go for a job interview, will you get it?
No, you're not.
So the point of this is, if you see a girl, guys, and she's dressed in that cute mini or revealing dress which has a slit that goes up to the thigh. All right?
Understand the assignment.
Yeah, and you going after that and you're like, where can anaweza kuwa mpoa.
Ati unakula roho na uko na do.
Hiyo mali even on a bare minimum. hiyo mali yenye inakuliwa na macho ya kila msee
Bra.
haitawahi kuwa yako.
Kuna movie ya I don't know if you watch Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. There's this bar he goes to, and there's this young chick who comes up to him and she's like, hey, can I sit with you? You wanna have fun? You know what he tells her? No, I'm okay. And then she continues. And then the nigga is like, I cannot afford you. And then she's like, how dare you? You think I'm a prostitute? And he's like, no, you might not be the prostitutes, but it's the easy ones.
Yeah.
You end up paying the most
costliest.
The easiest ones. And you can take that to the bank, my nigga.
Don't want to land in jail. Don't want my life to be over.
Mulamwa mazee, dust yourself off. Mazee, uko na mkidi. Your boy, we get you. Tunaandasa maybe ilikuwa hata pain. Imekupush, unaona. Na hii ni kitu kwa by the way we need to talk about. Guys, social media was created and was developed for women. It is a social sphere where groupthink dictates who's the villain and who's the victim. So whether you like it or not, more often than not, women will side with women, even if a woman is at fault. So my nigga, ukionato you've been dragged through the mud on social media, don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
Eat it.
Just eat it. Kama uko na facts zenye azita kufuck ama your future prospects, you throw your 2 cents.
I just want to say, Mulamwa, take the example ya Okari. You guys know what happened to Okari.
Yep.
And his first wife, Cindy. And you know what she did.
Yep.
And you know there's powerful people involved in this story, so we're not naming names. Like you know what happened. And Okari decided he ate it and he kept quiet. And that woman went around everywhere and she dragged his name in the mud.
And she got tired.
And he was called a deadbeat. And Okari kept quiet. And Okari looked for started working on himself, got a good woman. He even, I think, from what I heard in the rumor mill, he even told guys not to record the proposal. But somebody somewhere on the upstairs or balcony or somewhere from the venue they were at, somebody recorded just the one footage, recorded him proposing to his now wife. And that's the only one we have. And then on that day, that woman came out and she's like, people are acting here like we don't have offer. Niggas are proposing to us all day. Kenyans, by the big up, man. Say, you know what you did, Mliambia, this woman.
Shout out.
Hey, shut up. You messed this up. And then guess what? Okari got married. Okari is in a great relationship.
He's doing good.
Shout out to this nigga. He's doing good. So I'd like to say, Mulamwa, man, say, sorry. But dust yourself. Just
focus on your hustle, my nigga. Dempo atakama.
Okari alipitishwa some of the same things ulipitishwa and he just kept quiet. Keep quiet. And if she thinks she's such an amazing person and she can take care of this baby and she doesn't need you, let her.
Mwache.
Tulia.
Mwache.
It's a bitter thing.
They are strong, independent women.
It's a bitter thing to take.
It's painful.
But if mwanamke ako hivyo na amekuwa gaidi, tulia.
What more can you do?
Tulia na wachane. Ukiambiwa toa pesa ya mtoto, make sure unalipia nini hiyo anaambiwa. Kama ni shule, sema utalipia. Pay for school fees, pay for whatever and just keep quiet. Akikuambia utawahi na mtoto, no worries. Tulia. You go start a new family. And when she's 18, try and reach out. Try and reach out. It's a bitter thing to taste, to eat, it's, but that's the way it is.
Because of how life is set up right now and how much social media affects even ordinary humans. Men will have to evolve a little bit, especially in terms of how we deal with women. You know, there was a time, and we saw, especially millennials, most of us were taught that mwanamke afai akukalie kichwa, and that is something that was drilled into our heads. Tukaambiwa mwanamke akikukalia kichwa madhara wengine itafuata, which is true.
It's true.
But sasa what we can do side, you have to call social media, what you can just walk away. Don't feed the beast. Don't argue, just write them off.
Even if people come at you and go like, hey, what can you say about that social issue? Just tell them, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm busy right now. Do you want to talk about what I'm doing now or what?
Even what we just told you is a lot. Just say no comment. And walk away.
So, yo, keep your head up, my nigga.
All right.
Peace out. On to the next one.
Okay.